recognition of Black History Month, over the next few weeks, 2K TV will be retelling stories of people who left a huge imprint on the civil rights movement from our Respect Your OG series.
As they came through the tunnel earlier, the Pacers were already in all business mode, ready to defend their home turf. Welcome from Indianapolis, Indiana, a perfect night in downtown Naptown. They love their basketball in the Hoosier State. Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight, we'll see the Indiana Pacers as they go up against the Chicago Bulls. This is Brian Anderson at the table with basketball royalty, Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, our reporter. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Zach LaVine.
And he's taken a small step back offensively. He really hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier on. He's lacking the intensity he had. He needs a new mindset and stop being passive and play with more aggressiveness.
And now the opening lineup for Chicago. DeMar DeRozan is out there with Green. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's Dosunmu in at the point. And for Indiana, we've got Sabonis. Justin Holiday out there with Torrey Craig. Then it's Caris LeVert, and it's Duarte in at the two-guard spot. And these teams have both been hit by the injury bug, Grant. Just an unfortunate part of the game.
Yeah, and it always will be. I mean, teams making strides with prevention and recovery, but the game is just too intense and too demanding to avoid them.
Pass to Sabonis. There's the block. And they get it back. Now LaVine. There's the drive. And the dunk by LaVine.
Hey, when you can beat people off the dribble, you've got something going for yourself. I mean, LaVine showing that great burst.
Not exactly how you want to dive into the game. Picks up his first foul right off the bat.
And now another look at that mobile one block defensive performance.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Sabonis, the pass to Holiday. Here's Duarte. And here's Craig. And here's LeVert for three. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
You know, I think this is big for LeVert's confidence because the more he connects from distance, I think the more dangerous he'll become as a shooter and offensive player.
And the dunk by DeRozan.
Well, guys, we've seen DeRozan. He's got tremendous bounce, and when he's airborne, not only is he up high, he's strong while he's in the air, too. Really special.
His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle. And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Duarte after the basket by Chicago. For the finish. Oh, and the jam by LaVine.
And you have two things working there. Good awareness by LaVine on the pick, then the quick decision to throw it ahead.
Double team on Holiday. Here's the three. Knocks it down from distance.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. It's LaVine with a drive. The Pacers pull it in.
After 5 shots, that's their first miss. I definitely call that a good start.
You know, it's a huge benefit for a team to have a big man like Sabonis that can run their offense. Kind of a point center, if you will. He's an excellent decision maker, an outstanding passer, and has a really good feel for the game.
And that doesn't go either for LaVine. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting so far. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Stripped away. And they're on the break. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
Too easy for Vucevic. I mean, at his size and with his skill set, I mean, he's a threat down there.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. Trailing by 2. You know, Clark, with Sabonis, he gets more triple-doubles than we're used to seeing from a front-court player.
And I think a big reason for that, BA, is that he's got a really nice feel for the game. He helps space the floor, and he knows the importance of ball movement, and he's a really willing and good passer. And you throw in the rebounding, that's a stat sheet stuffing package for sure.
LaVine with a steal by himself. And LaVine throw it down.
Well, we know LaVine has the hops. That time showing off the creativity.
Indiana's gone 2 of 3 from three-point land so far. Unloads from 13. They get it back. Tipped away. Here's DeSumo. He's checked by LeVert. DeSumo can't hit.
Coach loves the execution, just not the result. That's okay. That's part of the process.
Pass to Duarte. Driving to the basket. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
That's his first personal foul.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
At the line.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
You know what else, guys? Defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight and turn them into points.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Chicago leading. Pass to DeSumo. Takes it inside. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
You know, Zach LaVine is not just a scorer. He's really good at setting up his teammates, too.
For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 7 so far. That's tipped. Here's Green. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Holiday. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. DeMar DeRozan picks one up.
That's his first.
Justin Holiday is one of the 3 Holiday brothers playing in the NBA. Clark, what's really interesting, all 3 have different stories.
Major different stories, but the same DNA. Great DNA as basketball players and young men. Justin is 6'6", undrafted out of college, played abroad before making it to the NBA, and plays with a hunger that is born of his struggles to get to the league. Then you look at Drew, the preeminent two-way guard in the league, and Aaron, a 6'0" scoring guard. How about that, a 6-foot scoring guard? One thing they have all in common, though, great competitors and great guys.
And at this point of the season, Clark, scouting reports should be pretty set. How important are they for teams?
Extremely important. I mean, knowing the other team's tendencies is part of preparing to beat them. So we see some teams who swear by advanced scouting. I mean, it's really a pillar of how they operate. They'll use complex defenses, can spot opponents after timeout plays, and really put all of that information. It's about data accumulation and then aggregating that data and using it effectively to hopefully give you an advantage in winning the game.
Shot is good by LaVine.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Here's Duarte. He's covered by LaVine. LaVine with a steal. The finish! And LaVine throw it down!
I love it. Doing it at both ends of the floor. LaVine's athleticism and anticipation is simply off the charts.
The Pacers have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Now a timeout called by Indiana. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
Down low. Here's Duarte. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Boy, Caris LeVert has done a nice job elevating his playmaking ability, which helps him and his team.
Pass to DeSumo. Right at the free throw line. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And from the mid-range area, they've been the more effective team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
LaVine with a steal. And LaVine throw it down.
You know what you like about LaVine as a finisher? I mean, he can go straight to the rack, pop out to the 3, and can do everything in between as well.
The Pacers have got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Knocked loose. Here's Duarte. He's covered by LaVine.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Offensive rebound. Vucevic gets the bucket.
Boy, so smart and relentless on the offensive glass. Seems to me that Vucevic has that extra sense of tracking down missed shots. Seems to just have a nose for the ball.
And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Over and back. So both teams changing it up here. Outside LaVine. Vucevic's shot is off.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
And he gets that one.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And another fast break for the Bulls. Chicago running.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Indiana trailing here. And he's all alone. He's all alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Chicago has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Here's DeRozan. Shot is good off the back rim and in. DeRozan's got 8 points.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
You can't be overly aggressive with DeRozan. I mean, the second he senses and feels that you are, he'll take advantage of it.
Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
You know, when you get traded, even though it never happened to me, I imagine you're always going to have feelings about it. DeRozan reacted very strongly to leaving Toronto in 2018. He felt betrayed, and I can't say that I disagree with how he felt.
McKinney's checked in for Chicago. Brown comes in for LaVine. DeRozan hits them both. And the DeRozan trade is an example of why players say, well, ownership isn't always loyal. It should be a two-way street, Clark.
Yeah, I guess that's true, Brian, but, you know, that's why teams are now dealing players who ask for trades. It's a way to kind of collaborate and be in partnership on that kind of move. Eventually, the guy's going to walk in free agency anyway, so loyalty, I think it's more about which side has the power and the leverage in any given situation.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Bulls making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. Defended by Brown. Brown with the steal. And here again, the Bulls in transition. Up the court they go.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Knocks it loose. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Thomas, that's good.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Now here's White. Not a lot of room. Can't cash it in from close range.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
He took the contact and had an opportunity to drain it.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
When Lance Stevenson is focused, he's very dangerous, has a ton of talent, good, strong physical body, athletic, versatile. He does a lot of good things out there.
Good on the second one. Chicago has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Going inside. Thomas, that's good. Thomas has got his second basket.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul. 5th team foul. At the line for the Pacers. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops the first. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Thomas. The rebound by Brissett.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Stevenson. Inside. For three. Drops in the three. 5 points in the game.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
Defensively, their effort hasn't been great early on.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Brown with the steal. Jumps up. And Brown with the stuff.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And the Pacers with possession here. After the basket by Chicago. Pass to Stevenson. Let's go with a three. The shot comes out, and Chicago will go the other way with it. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
There was just no sense of urgency to hit the offensive glass. They have to be disappointed in the lack of second chance points.
Yeah, I agree. Hard to win games when every offensive possession is one shot, then a jog back the other way to play defense.
And that's a low percentage shot, and I'm sure he knows it.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving, get something better.
White can't hit. Indiana's gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. The three. The ball's knocked loose.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
A nice shot by Brown.
Setting each other up beautifully, I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And it's out of bounds to Indiana. The Pacers making a switch here. Lamb's checked in.
Get up.
26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Smooth sailing for Chicago. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pacers.
Indiana ball.
And for the Pacers, they're shooting a fantastic 52% in the first. He buries it from three.
Lamb is a capable spot-up shooter. He's comfortable shooting off the catch.
And the Bulls call time here. They went to Indianapolis for their last meeting with the Pacers. Came out with a victory.
Their last time out, they barely captured a win against this team, and it came down to some key turnovers.
Well, composure, execution, efficiency in a tight ball game is typically what's going to determine the winner.
Here's Thomas. He has 6. White for 3. Not going to go that time. Lamb for 3. Oh, got it off in time, but it's no good. Zach LaVine. He's been the guy making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. He had the ball handlers off balance all quarter and came up with a bunch of steals. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. If you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And for Chicago, they're shooting 65%. Their offense has been on another level. Sinks the tray.
Matt Thomas.
Thomas has got 9 points.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
And for the Bulls, Kobe White out there with Matt Thomas. Then it's Tony Bradley. Then there's Tony Brown. And it's McKinney in at the power forward position. White. Oh, powered down with both hands.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
And so it's Indiana with it after the basket by Chicago. Outside Lamb. 6 to shoot. Here's Batadze, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And in the league today, we've got some all-time greats playing out on the wing. But who do you think the best wing in the NBA is right now, Brad?
Oh, boy, he's trying to get me in trouble. That's a tough one. I mean, you have LeBron, you have Giannis, you have Kawhi, KD. All of them are elite. All of them are champions. So if I had to choose, I guess I'll go with, I don't know. They're just all great.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Great positioning on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 20.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Poke loose. Outside White. Lets it go from the wing. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Brissett's got his 4th rebound in this one. Off target with the 3. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Here's Bradley. The Pacers pull it in.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Basket counts. Lamb's got 5 now.
You know, wanting to develop his interior game, Jeremy Lamb, shots like this will help him be more assertive in that area.
Here's Bradley. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
The mid-range jumper isn't the most popular shot these days, but it's working for them.
I love that mid-range shot. It's definitely giving the defender something extra to think about.
He may give up a little size, but has the bounce to hold his own.
Here's Bradley. Misses another. Just 1 of 4 from the floor.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Pacers with a rebound. Brissett's got a rebound number 5 here tonight.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this one. Can't be thrown any better. That bounce pass hit him right in stride.
White drives in. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And clearly not enough defensive presence there.
Boy, he just took advantage and a ferocious jam.
And guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out, he can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
Gets it. He's 6 for 10 and looking confident out there. For Indiana, they've gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter. And Kobe White on the offensive end. Man, he is so good at changing his pace.
And he's gotten better and better since entering the league. He keeps the defenders guessing. Has a great sense of timing of when to hit the gas.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Both teams will make substitutions. Outside Lamb. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Here's Holiday. The Bulls making their last shot. And there's the whistle. They'll pin that one on Nikola Vucevic. That's foul number 2 for him.
Picking up his second foul here. Has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Back to Holiday. 5 on the clock. Denied by DeRozan.
Anytime DeRozan can come up for the block, gets the whole team energized.
DeRozan against Sabonis. It's good on the putback. Vucevic has gotten 4 this quarter.
Great anticipation on the tip in. He was ready to make that play.
For Indiana, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Vucevic with a steal. And Vucevic slams it in.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
He gets it in there.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
Into the lane. Offensive rebound. Vucevic lays it up and banks it in. Vucevic has got 14 points.
Their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
Yeah, love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
For Indiana, they've gotten 6 of 9 attempts to go in the second. Looking good. On the wing, Holiday. From behind the arc. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Here's DeRozan. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
And, of course, the veteran, DeMar DeRozan, getting a new contract this past year. I mean, he joined the Bulls on a 3-year deal, and I think he should do a great job as a veteran presence for an upcoming Bulls roster.
How about this, fellas? I mean, DeRozan's aerial skills, his bounce, obvious from a very young age. His first dunk came when he was in the 6th grade, and he won the dunk contest at the high school All-American game. Major bounce.
Now here's LeVert. 7 points in the game, and that one's good.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again.
Oh, what a hammer!
Oh, man! Oh, I tell you what, guys, there's so many different ways DeRozan can beat you. When he's hot, he's a problem.
For Indiana, they've gone 8 of 11 in the second quarter. Here's Duarte. Give him 8. Got a piece of it. Yet another steal from him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. You gotta love it. What would this game be like without their easy points off of turnovers?
Boy, it's made matters a lot easier for him offensively.
Pass to LeVert. From the arc. DeRozan with the rebound.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on Craig.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
At the line for the Bulls, Kobe White. At the line for 2.
That's good from White. Well, Grant, it seems like more and more game time is spent with officials huddled around a monitor. You think instant replay has been a positive thing for the league?
Well, for the most part, I think it has been a positive thing. I enjoy it. I think it brings a level of transparency, and also it's important to get the call right. But at times, it does disrupt the flow of a game, and players can't be consumed about winning every call all the time.
Indiana's gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Here's Duarte. And there's the rejection. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by White. And the Bulls call time here.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Make some noise! Fans, your pace mates. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on and get loud for your pace mates.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. To the middle. Here's Craig. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Precision pass into the post. Well-earned assist.
Here's White. Drives to the hoop. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
And there's the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Pass to Holiday. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Holiday's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the way LeVert moves the ball, it's all about doing what's best for the team from his eyes.
On the take, here's Dosunmu, and Craig pulls it down. Indiana's gone just 1 of 4 from downtown so far in the second. Vucevic with a steal. And DeRozan, here we go. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, I love what he's done in this first half, at least so far. Increasing confidence every time down the floor. You can see it.
Knocks it loose. And that'll be Indiana's ball as it goes out of bounds. Pacers able to keep the possession. Here's Holiday.
And that's how LaVine's coaches want him to compete. He's maintaining good defensive position and, as a result, forces a tough shot.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, BA. Well, the players on two-way contracts getting expanded opportunities last season after the league eliminated the 50-game cap and permitted them to take part in the playoffs. The pandemic played a role, but, guys, teams are continuing to find contributors among these scrappy young players.
Well, it's all about opportunity, Allie. Thanks. First one falls.
And Zach LaVine just continues to refine his game. His shot selection has really improved. He's much more choosy on when he shoots.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. You know, while LaVine is picking up his spots a bit more, he is still the guy for this team late in games.
He really is. I mean, he can create a shot for himself any trip down the floor. He's been the de facto leader for a while for this Bulls club, and nobody else has as much experience on late game shots.
And for the Bulls, their shooting continues to impress. 65% from the field. And out of bounds, the Pacers will take it. McKinney's checked in for White.
Alfonso McKinney.
Here's Duarte. He's got 10.
Bulls
and there's the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. That's foul number 2 for him.
Third team foul.
To the paint. Here's Duarte. And he gets it back.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
That one falls.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Indiana's gone only 1 of 5 from beyond the three-point line in the second quarter. Knocked loose. Here's Sabonis. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his second personal
DeMar
foul.
DeRozan picks one up.
Can't afford to be too handsy with Sabonis. He's very good at forcing the issue and getting these calls.
It's hard to think about Domantas Sabonis without thinking about his father. Arvydas Sabonis was one of the first great Lithuanian players in the NBA.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Sabonis. And in talking about Domantas Sabonis and his father, it's striking how many Lithuanian players have made it to the NBA.
Yeah, it's not a short list. Domantas is one of many. His father has a plaque in the Hall of Fame, and I'm betting there'll be a few more before too long.
And Sabonis drops them both.
Hey, you got to think that expectations are always high for Sabonis as the son of one of the all-time great players, but you know what? He consistently has made his own mark and delivers outstanding performances. He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
And for the Pacers, their shooting has been great, 57%, and finding ways to score consistently. Pass to LeVert. Here's Duarte. And rebounded by Zach LaVine. LaVine's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Vucevic. Kept alive. DeSumo. Ooh, LeVert with some nice D. Well, the Pacers shooting 59% in this quarter. Terrific. To the inside. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
You know, that's a veteran play. DeRozan stays open to all possibilities. That's seeing the game in front of you. Excellent find.
Here's Duarte. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. 14 points for him. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling.
Vucevic, good. And it's DeRozan who picks up the assist.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Ooh, poked away. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 5 rebounds in the game. LaVine against LeVert. LaVine with a steal. The pull-up jumper. He squares up and sinks it. LaVine's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, you can see the athleticism there. I mean, LaVine able to stop, gather, and pop in one fluid motion. I know it looked easy, folks, but that's athleticism and giftedness right there.
That one's true, and that's 9 for 12 for him now.
I'll tell you what, fast break points have been the story here.
Defensively, you got to have better floor balance and commitment to hustling back. I mean, you got to sprint back. You can't jog back.
Now here's LeVert. Last game, 26 points for him. Plenty of space, and it falls all over the rim and in. LeVert's got 13.
Boy, because he's got such great confidence in his ball handling skills, he's fearless attacking the rim.
Oh,
man, what a punch that was.
Bad intentions.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
LaVine with a steal. Shoots. Here's DeSumo. Blocked. Now here's LeVert. He's got 13. Down low. Here's Sabonis. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Yeah, with each passing season, LaVine has grown into a larger role as an offensive player, and this is another huge night for him.
And so it's Chicago, just dominating the opposition as they maintain a 36-point advantage. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Zach LaVine led the way in the first half. He ended up with 22 points, 2 assists, and also a whopping 9 steals. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
They're getting a lot out of their bench. A lot. For the most part, opponents' game plan is to take away the starter. But then, when your second comes in and plays this type of intensity and torches the nets, you created a whole new problem for the other team.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They looked out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Torrey Craig out there with Justin Holiday. Then it's Caris LeVert. Then it's Sabonis. And it's Duarte in a two-guard. That's the group for Rick Carlisle, getting going here in the second half. To the right side, here's Duarte. And the three-pointer goes. 17 points in the game.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that?
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
And we've got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
Let's see if that block can amp up this team. I mean, they're looking for anything to get themselves going.
Duarte's shot is good. He's got 19.
When he decides he wants to take it to the bucket, it's really hard for anyone to slow him down.
Here's Green. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Duarte. Fires from deep. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
Here's LaVine. The Pacers pull it in. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
Bulls ball.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
The Bulls have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Here's DeRozan. It's not going to go for him, so Indiana will take it the other way. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Cleveland, where they'll face the Cavaliers. That'll be the first leg of just a 2-game trip for them. Out to the right wing. Outside Holiday. Gets the 3 to fall. Holiday's got 14 points for the game.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Here's DeRozan. He's now 8 for 11 after that made shot.
Boy, that looks like a scouting report breakdown there. I mean, the defense has to know where DeRozan wants to do the most work. That's his sweet spot there.
Duarte. Here's Craig. And it's blocked by Vucevic. And now the Bulls in transition. Over Holiday, and it's DeRozan missing.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Sinks it from distance.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
It's good on the putback. Vucevic has got 20 points.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And up the court come the Bulls on the break. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up. Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
From deep. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Sabonis has got rebound number 8 now. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. And the basket by Holiday.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
LeVert outside. Sabonis, the pass to LeVert. The shot is good on the assist by Sabonis. LeVert's got 16.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
For the Bulls.
Chicago has gotten nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Launches it. The Pacers pull it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Now here's Holiday. The D's right on him. Oh, and Bradley with a block. They get it back. No coverage that time. He's got 10.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Bulls.
We've seen them make the extra effort defensively, rotating, closing out airspace, and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And the finish on the break with the slam.
Assisted by
Woo!
Matt
His
Thomas.
energy is unmatched.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Elevates and detonates the one-hand stuff.
Picture perfect.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
You love how efficient Jeremy Lamb is. Clark, he's a player who really makes the most of his touches.
He does a really good job at that, BA. He's been hurt a little bit the last 2 seasons, but he's rock solid when healthy because he takes good shots and he can make shots from just about anywhere.
Floats one up. Bitadze can't hit. Chicago has gotten only 1 3-pointer to fall here in the third. 5 attempts. They get it back. Tries again. And it's laid up and in by Green. Green's gotten his 2nd bucket on the night.
And that's a backbreaker for the defense. I mean, offensive boards like that run momentum against you.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Back to Bitadze. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by White. The Bulls shooting an excellent rate of 56% in the third quarter. And out of bounds, the Pacers will take it.
Pacers ball. Checking in for the Pacers, number 4.
Oh, they get a hand on it. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Poke loose. And here are the Bulls now. The Bulls shooting a red-hot 63% in this game. Driving in. Soft touch off the glass. White's got 25 points in the game.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now. So far, no go. Nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Thomas misses. And here are the Pacers now. Lamb for 3. Drains the triple. Lamb's got 8.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
McKinney's checked in for Chicago.
Bulls foul. Matt Thomas. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Stevenson, defended by Brown. Here's Brissett with the drive. Brown with some nice D. Chicago has gotten only one three-pointer to fall here in the third. 5 attempts, and he hits it and gets hacked. A three-point chance here if he can convert.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through. I mean,
At the line
he
for
had
the
to really
Bulls.
power that one up and in.
Shooting 1.
One shot.
That's good from White. And the Pacers with possession here. Tipped away. And he drives in. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Brown drives in, and Brown with the stuff.
Assist from
You have to love
Tony
the unselfishness
Bradley.
on display there. Excellent passing.
Lamb against White. And there's the drive, and he jams it home with authority.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
Outside Lamb. Here's Brissett. The Pacers again can't hit. The Bulls shooting an efficient 64%. Excellent. From 15 feet away, and he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Bradley's gotten his third basket of the night. To the paint. Will it go? Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air. Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
The Pacers' shooting has been excellent in the third quarter at 57%. Pass to Stevenson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. He's got 5.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Uses the glass on the layup.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
Here's Brissett. Inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Lamb's got 5 points now in the quarter. Chicago's gotten only one three-pointer to fall here in the third. 5 attempts. Here's White. Here's Bradley. Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
They haven't been able to grab many rebounds, getting burned on second chance opportunities.
Big difference in second chance points, and that makes it tough.
Here's Stevenson. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
That's his third personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Pacers, Lance Stevenson. 2 shots.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. So both teams making some changes here. Both good from the line that time. And the Bulls shooting has been unreal. 64% from the floor. Pass to McKinney. Shoots it from the high post. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Indiana shooting a terrific 58% from the floor. Here's Brissett. And he banks in the layup. Brissett's got 6.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Pass to Patadze. To the middle. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
To the inside. Here's McKinney. And the layup falls. 9 points in the game.
Taking it right at the rack. I mean, that defense is looking real frustrated.
Well, they should be. I mean, it has not been a good performance for them at that end of the floor.
And that one's good.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Chicago has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Here's Thomas. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
I like LaVine's effort there. Reads the miss, comes flying in.
"54 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Brissett. Here's Duarte. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Oh, man, exploding to the rim.
Yep, makes the simple play.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
Here's Thomas. 9 points in the game. Here's Bradley. And out of bounds, the Pacers will take it. Sabonis, he's checked in for Brissett. Vucevic, he's checked in for Chicago. DeRozan comes in for Brown. So it's the Pacers now. Sabonis outside. 29 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. The shot by Duarte, no good. Now here's DeRozan. Defense is right there.
You know, it's really the defining part of DeRozan's game, driving the basketball hard at defenders, and he'll come right at you with athleticism and strength.
Here's Duarte. Second shot opportunity. Oh, and LaVine with a block. He shoots it. And it's DeRozan missing. Vucevic with a steal. And so it's the Chicago Bulls, and they're up an insane amount going into the break. Really mucking it up on defense. Active hands, multiple efforts, forcing turnovers. Back to the game after this break. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Bulls, they've got Matt Thomas. He's out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Cook in at the 5. Well, Chicago's shooting incredibly well, 63%, and really making their shots count. Here's Thomas. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 9 rebounds now. Down low. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Sees his man, threads the pass inside. Excellent teamwork.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pacers. The Pacers making a switch here. The NBA has a major presence in Africa now, and you were a big part of it. making that happen, Grant.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting. And to work with the NBA and strategic investors over on the continent in Africa, it's not just a great investment, but you're also doing the right thing, spreading the game, sharing the game, and giving people on the continent the joy that basketball brings to everyone.
The shot won't fall. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Here's Thomas. That drops. And it comes off an assist from LaVine. LaVine's got 4 assists now tonight.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively. And that's having a ripple effect.
And the tip in on the offensive boards.
They're showing a tremendous amount of fire tracking down misses. The attitude is paying off with second chance points.
Boy, you can get a lot of momentum getting a timely offensive rebound, and they've had more than their share.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Goes back up. Thomas misses.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
Inside. Here's Sabonis. Knocks down the triple.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
The Bulls have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. LaVine.
Whoa! And off contact. LaVine showing you what he can do. The improved strength making a big impact.
The Pacers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. To the paint. The floater, and it's laid in by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
LaVine can't hit. For Indiana, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. Out to the right wing. From 18 feet away, rebounded by Cook.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Down low. Here's Thomas. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
Maybe he's playing better during winning time. Silent in the first half, but since then, he has taken over.
For Indiana, they've gotten 6 of 10 attempts to drop in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Here's Sabonis. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
I like Sabonis' game inside because he's confident and skilled.
Pass to Cook. It's good.
Tyler Cook.
And Grant, throughout your career, you mostly played in the smaller markets. You think the league is doing enough to help them compete?
I think so. I mean, look, Milwaukee just won a championship. An incredible season they had last year. I think they're doing the right thing between revenue sharing, the salary cap, the luxury tax. And remember, the players' union will always favor freedom of movement for its players.
And that one drops for him.
Good things come to those who hustle. He creates the second chance opportunity.
The Pacers have gone 8 of 12 so far here in the fourth. Sabonis can't hit. The Bulls shooting at a reasonable 46% this fourth. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 11 rebounds in the game. To the middle. Here's Jackson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Check by Hill. Shot clock at 5. Indiana needs to get a shot off from deep three-point range. They get it again. The ball's knocked loose. Hill with the steal. Now a timeout called by Chicago.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
checked in for Indiana. Green's checked in for Chicago. Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Thomas. Oh, he airballs the triple. That one was way off.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Three-pointer. Doesn't go for him. So Indiana will take it the other way.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
Inside, Sabonis. And Sabonis slams it in.
Sabonis now is not going to shy away from contact. He really aggressively attacks the defense.
The Bulls with another miss.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And Clark, it's a relief to have fans back in the stands, but rising incidents of misconduct from a few. How do you think we discourage this?
Well, I think you first identify who those folks are, press charges, hold them accountable, make the penalty severe for that type of misconduct. Just because you purchase a ticket doesn't give you the right to act any way that you want to. There are protocols and rules and just basic human dignity and respect and courteousness that has to be applied. So make it tough on folks that step outside of those lines. Hold them accountable and press charges if need be.
And the Bulls shooting around 59%. They've been outstanding on the offensive end. They get the rebound. Here's Cook. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
And Sabonis slams it in.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though.
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
Indiana's gone 1 for 2 from deep in this fourth quarter. Pass to Sabonis. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Stolen by Jackson. Outside Lamb. Well, your 7 seconds or less Suns really paved the way for the pace and space style that we see throughout the league today, Greg.
You know, BA, it really did. But, you know, it's interesting. I think there were those back then that thought it was kind of gimmicky. But, boy, has it changed. And I feel like we could have had more success if we had just gone all in on that approach. I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here. I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Driving inside, it goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Well, the Pacers shooting the ball at 60%, an excellent average. Green with the defensive effort. Well, the Bulls shooting only 29% since the fourth quarter began. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pacers. Holiday's checked in for Indiana. Karis LeVert comes in for Lamb. So it's the Pacers now. Holiday passes to Jackson. Holiday up top. Outside for LeVert. Beyond the arc. Pure from 3-point range. LeVert's got 19 points.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with him and me. His hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Pass to Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, he was way up there.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
An open look, LeVert. Another one falls for Indiana.
I find LeVert to be at his best when he's in rhythm. When he's pulling up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
They grab their own miss. Vucevic. And then Vucevic slams it in.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does. Boy, he's been a different player here in the second half, looking much more comfortable on the offensive end.
The Bulls' shooting has been great, 57%, and finding ways to score consistently. Dosunmu can't hit.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
It's Holiday with a drive. Here's LeVert. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. LeVert's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, you look at the shots like that LeVert makes, and you have to be happy for the progress he's made because he's worked at it.
And they get it back.
That's been the difference tonight. They've been insanely disruptive on the glass.
Pass to Dosunmu. Clock at 6. Over LeVert. Dosunmu can't hit.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows. They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Jackson outside. Outside Holiday. No luck on that one. And Chicago will go the other way with it. Here's DeRozan. And the shot falls short that time. Indiana has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Bulls.
A big key tonight, second chance points.
Yeah, B.A., they really hit the offensive glass. They won the battles for loose balls, giving them plenty of extra opportunities.
And they're getting ready to notch their 33rd win of the year.
And for the year, this will be the 3rd win in 4 games against this team. They really brought it tonight.
And you could see how badly they wanted this win. For 2 very familiar opponents, a win in the season series really carries an awful lot of extra weight.
And the developmental path for top prospects is evolving. Clark, it was recently announced a new high school league for the top powerhouses.
Well, you could almost see this coming, B.A. Again, creating additional pathways for young players to pursue their professional dreams would lead to other types of competition in the NBA. So we'll see how it plays out. But I'm not totally opposed to it. Again, it's a small percentage of players that would be part of this type of tournament or league. So let's see where it goes.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kobe White.
Yeah, and this game really has his fingerprints all over it. He's been dominating and making it look effortless. It's always fun to watch someone just flat out take over like he's done here today.
Boy, he gave them the leadership they needed tonight. They came in off a demoralizing loss, and he picked them right back up. .114 left in the fourth quarter. Vucevic gets the bucket.
Boy, those finely tuned offensive skills possessed by Vucevic, punishing the defense, putting on a clinic.
Here's Jackson, and he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Here's White. A quick shot there. It's off target. Well, the Pacers shooting an amazing 61%. Looking confident. Hauled in by Brown. White on the wing. He's checked by LeVert. White, good.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
That's good. And now he's 5 for 11 in this one.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Out of bounds. It'll be Indiana's ball.
Indiana ball.
LeVert with the ball. Pass to Jackson. And Jackson gets double teamed to the inside. Banked it in off the glass.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Thanks so much, Vooch. A balanced attack tonight. How helpful is getting contributions from everyone?
We need that. You know, we're not a team that has, 2, 3 like superstars that are just going to come in every night and get us 25 a game. So we need, contributions for everybody, and that's why we have to play that way. We have to play for each other, share the ball, try to help each other get going, and that's the only way for us to be good offensively. When we try to create for our own, it never works, and I think we learned from that. So tonight was a good example when we move the ball, when we play for each other, and hopefully we can keep that up.
Sharing was key. Thanks, Nicola.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.